All right. We instantly load our CPU to 10%. So apparently, all you need to do is mention Elm in your tweets, and you'll get lots of. Oh, except I forgot to change the title of the stream, like a doofus.
You get lots of viewers like that.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my most popular blog posts was also about Elm.
It's just Jappy Jappy on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna write Twitch TV/Jappy Jappy. We're not doing web development. We are doing software programming. We are practicing. There we go.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
you're doing the hashtag things. Okay.
Yeah, I try to, because if you look at some of the like the, what are those things called? The analytics, it will say that people find you by those. So
oh, really?
Yeah. So I have looked at that a little bit. Not that I've gotten any real information from it, but
I have a list of things I need to do before starting a stream, and like I just consistently go through that entire list, and I still forget things.
Yeah.
But I'll add that too.
It's just like the thing that stinks about it is you have to like do it every time. So it's like It's not always saved for you for some reason. I don't really know why. Oh, so what do you think with the overlay? Do you think this works? It's not perfect because like the thing at the bottom is there. Go away. I think if I...
That looks nice.
I don't... Oh, there it goes. I wonder if I can make it so that if I do... Oh, no. That's not going to work. What's this do? I wish I could hide mine, but I don't know how. And I can't move them around, so... Can I make yours bigger? Is this better, actually? I can't see my OBS screen when I do that, though. No, because you go off the screen. Okay. Anyway. I think this is probably the best we're going to be able to do. Except I got to get rid of this little... Go away. Hey, Jonathan. We are just going to talk about Nix, like, just as a getting started guide, because I've never actually done it. So it's not going to be Nix OS. Maybe someday I'll learn how to use Nix OS, but that's not where we're going to start. So now that we got a few people here, I guess we can get started. So what are we doing today? We're going to do the first episode of the Teach Me Something series with Jappy. So if you're not following Jappy, you should be following Jappy as well. Today I learned that he has a Twitter as well, so you can follow him there as well. So what is this thing supposed to be? Let me just explain what we're trying to do. What I want to do is essentially learn stuff and also like try and provide back to the community what we're learning. So I really want to learn stuff about Haskell. Today we're learning something kind of Haskell adjacent because it seems to be pretty prominent in the Haskell community, and it's something I'm interested in learning. So here's the idea. Someone else, in this case Jappy, is going to create some content for us to work together on, and I'm going to have him on the stream. You can see him up there. He's above me, so I gotta look up. Hey, Jappy.
Hi.
And we're gonna have some sort of readme, some exercises, and then eventually what we'll do is we'll release this video and we'll attach the video to this past episodes. So let me put this in the chat for other people if you're particularly interested in teaching me something. And it's not supposed to just be hard stuff. Not that Nix is necessarily hard, but I mean, like, you don't have to teach me something that I don't know. You can teach me something that I do know, and that way we can share it with other people and hopefully create like more of a learning community. That's kind of been my whole purpose of doing this stuff on Twitch. So today we're going to learn Nix. I've already cloned. Let me bring up Jappy's fork, and then that way I can just look at the README in a slightly nicer formatted way. Instead of on a screen like this. So here we go. So Jappy, why don't you tell us a little bit about Nix, I guess, and then we'll just get started with the exercises, it looks like.
Right, so Nix is a pure functional scripted programming language without types. and we use it mostly to build stuff. So yeah, it's like it's completely focused on building things.
How does this compare with like containers? Because like I've built Docker containers and Singularity containers, and this seems to be like solving the same problem but in a slightly different way. So
Containers is basically a solution for virtualization, making that go fast with like only doing userland. Whereas Nix is basically a complete operating system and more like a package manager. So Nix will be a lot more fine-grained than containers. Like in a container, you just add layer on top of layer, whereas in Nix, you actually cherry pick what you want precisely.
okay, so you don't need to like install like you only need to install the things you need, and it's a lot just easier to control that essentially. But I should think of it more of like package management and not like a solution to containers.
Yeah, but
okay.
The thing about this system, it can also make containers. So
okay, so we can go from basically like the development experience to building the container to shipping some software all inside Nix essentially.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
And then,
cool.
On top of that, they built an entire operating system, and it can manage services at this point. It can do cloud deployments. It can do a lot.
Yeah, so what Chappie's talking about is Nix OS, and I know a few people using Nix OS. Like Soding on Twitch also uses Nix OS day to day. Are you using Nix OS day to day as well?
Yes.
Okay, so few people on Twitch especially, so you can watch them learn. I am not. I am lazy these days, so I'm using Pop OS. But
like the reason I'm using Nix OS is just basically an improvement on Gentoo. Like I had problems with upgrading Gentoo. It would just take hours usually, and I would get stuck and it wouldn't work. And then Nix OS kind of protects me against that kind of stuff.
Okay,
so it's like more reliable way of upgrading for me at least.
Great. Okay, so I think that in this tutorial it's like going to be pretty basic, but there's these Nix pills things which I actually started reading, but I didn't read very far. But
they are very how do you call it? Like elaborate. Like they take a lot of time to explain things.
Yes, but I think that this is pretty like this is the comprehensive tutorial after the Hello World, right? Like after we finish today, like if you wanted to continue with doing this, you would look at this Nix pills thing.
Yeah, and it's also explaining more the language, I guess, too, and then how it integrates with just building stuff.
Okay, cool. So so we're gonna go from Hello World to full Haskell builds. So that sounds really fun. So I guess the first thing I got to do is install this thing, and I'm pretty sure that it's just like a curl. I don't have it installed on this system already, so we'll just.
It's very safe. This, by the way.
It's very what?
Safe.
Yeah, oops, that's the wrong thing. I don't particularly love this style of installing things because it makes me feel very scared, but like I kind of hope that I can trust some software developers not to mine Bitcoin on my computer.
Every time you build Nix, you'll also mine a coin.
All right, so we're installing. We've built some sort of Nix store, which I think Jappy will tell us about here in a little bit, and then we need to basically source this file, and we'll do it in my bash profile. Oh, it looks like I actually installed it on this machine, so I think we already have it actually.
Oh.
I thought I did it on my machine at work, so I think we do already have Nix, but I assume that it just maybe we don't.
Maybe you need to update your profile.
Yeah, maybe this is the wrong place. It looks like the right place. Just delete that.
I really like that they do that dot. So sneaky.
It's a sneaky dot. Okay, so okay, it's fine now. Maybe I deleted it. I probably deleted it so that when we were doing this, it would actually show up. So anyway, so now we have Nix. I'm going to make this a little bigger because we're not looking at that README anymore. We'll look at the README in the other place. So I saw just a few people jump in, so let me explain what's going on just super quick again. Basically, Jappy, who's above me, is teaching me Nix today. So we just installed Nix, and you can go to see his version right this second. It will get included in the main repository at some point, but you can go look at his version right now if you want to follow along. Okay, so how does Nix decide where to install a program? I think is that a question for me?
Yes.
Okay.
There should be an input there as well.
Oh, right. I'm supposed to put something in here. So the idea is like, we'll have to think about how we want to ask these types of questions. But I assume that this is up here, right?
Yeah, it's explained.
I didn't read it that carefully, so I should read it. So Nix is a counterintuitively simple way of doing package management. Let's take all the source code, all the programs required to build said source code, i.e. dependencies, all environment variables, and all configuration. We use this to bundle.
We use this bundle.
We use this bundle to make a hash. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Which is used for the output path. This is where we execute building. We add the name of the package and more semantic versions just for humans. This is why you can, in fact, install it alongside practically any Linux distribution you want. Nix doesn't care what the rest of your system does as long as it can write to Nix store for all the programs. For specific details, I'd refer you to this excellent paper. It's very readable. Okay, so how does Nix decide where to install a program? I assume it's using this Nix store to decide where to install a program?
Yeah, but like the important part is that you take the source code, you take all the required dependencies, and you take all the environment variables and make a hash out of that thing.
All of the stuff together is hashed and stuck inside the Nix store. So anything with that hash is like the entirety of whatever software you're trying to run inside of that. Okay, so that's interesting.
That'll be like the reproducible part, like because you do everything, including the compiler, including like all the source code, like everything. You're sure that the output path will always be the same if you use the same input. Awesome.
Okay, that's helpful. Why can you install Nix alongside your favorite distribution? So it's basically kind of like a sidecar to your I don't know if that's the right term, but like a sidecar to your distribution itself. Like it's self-contained inside of its own environment, and that it holds all its own dependencies and all its own source code. So it doesn't even care about your Linux distribution, essentially. I assume that this won't run on Windows, though, right? It's using something from like the Linux system to run itself, right? Or no?
There are like, I think there is like a fork that uses like min g.
Yeah,
they
GW.
They ported that to like, they have like the GCC compiler available there to do that stuff then.
Okay, so there's just like a slightly different way to install it, maybe on Windows or something.
I think it'll be hard though if you want to do that.
Okay.
I know for a fact that OS X is possible.
Okay.
Like quite easily.
All right, so I think I answered that correctly, right? I hope.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna say we're gonna build like the Hello World version of this. So by convention, we call the default target for either Nix shell or a Nix build default.nix. It actually becomes the default target for the directory. Try building the directory in this folder. Okay. So I'm in Jappy's version right now, so I should just be able to write Nix build 1 hello world. Assume the slashes. Oh boy, we're doing stuff. This seems like a pretty heavy hello world. Although this is probably like dependencies that are required.
This is compilers and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, look PCRE, glibc, GCC. I see. Yeah, so it's like basically putting all its dependencies next to this so that we can run this. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh, it's putting an at. How about that?
What's that? Yeah, we need an editor.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So we did something. I don't know exactly what we did yet, but we'll get there. So now you can execute the resulting build. Build consists of 3 parts. How do I execute it? Are you going to tell me, or can I just try it now? Or did I?
There is a result.
I
didn't mention it, I guess.
I don't see. Was it supposed to print like "Hello World" somewhere? Oh, I see. So there's an executable here. So do I do like Nix run or something?
No. It's just an executable.
Oh, I can just run this. Or is it like here?
There's also a symlink to the result, so you could use that if you just ls. Okay. There you go.
Where is this? Just the executable itself? Can I name it?
That result thing. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's okay. So I would just I can just run result and then boom, I get hello world. Interesting. Okay.
Well, what we would do at like a company is like have a make file to do the Nix build, and then just move up the result by one.
Move it somewhere else or change a name or whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The build itself consists of 3 parts: the source code, the Nix expression, and the builder script. So we'll cat default Nix. I suppose I can just cd in here cat default Nix. I don't really have formatting for Nix. Well, definitely not in cat, but we'll just look at it in the hello world. I just want to point out that it's actually in there. So we got this interesting syntax: packages, question, import. All right. So we have some make derivation. So I did see at the top like a .drv file. So like I guess I can see some derivation. We have a name. Yeah. You can tell us. Go ahead.
So like the syntax is beautiful indeed. People sometimes complain about the language. But so that first package part is like function arguments, which you just, and then that column means your function. So that's the first part, is like the structuring the arguments, and the packages is the first argument.
Mm-hmm.
And you give it the default value with import Nix packages. So that's like your system packages.
Mm-hmm. So like you would put dependencies in this set of parentheses here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can in this case, we're calling the Nix packages with its import thing, and we can overwrite values from the default Nix packages.
Okay.
Like that too.
Neat. Okay, and then we have some source code, which is just a bash program.
Yeah.
And then some arguments. What are the arguments to? Are they to the program? I guess we can just look at those things.
So these like these things, this name, this source, this args, it's like getting passed to the function make derivation.
Oh, okay. So this is a function. These are arguments to that function to make a derivation, I guess. Okay.
So that's like some standard stuff to help us make packages.
Okay. So we'll just keep reading and see where we get. So the language itself is pure, untyped, and lazy. The first line defines a function with argument packages, which we talked about. The question mark import indicates that this package's argument is filled by the running system Nix packages. That's a pretty bad default, considering it won't be reproducible anymore. This is why we pin repositories. So this is this is like a blog post that you have, right? I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, it is.
Nice. That's good. Okay.
That one is specifically about Nix ops, though.
Mm-hmm. So Nix provides us a way to automatically generate builders for most languages, such as Haskell, Python, and C. More on that later. The builder sh may be superfluous code. However, this just shows you can completely bypass the defaults if you want to, while still retaining the properties of Nix. Okay, well, I want to look at that now because I'm curious what's in here. So let's look at it. So we got our program, which is the bash script. That one's not surprising at all. We got a builder. Okay, so this is just a bash. Actually, I should just look at it in here, right? Because it's going to be formatted to some extent. Okay, so this is clearly some Nix specific thing, right?
Yeah, that's like it puts all the Nix store stuff on the path. So you have programs available like, CP and stuff like that. It's kind of important.
So, but these builder scripts will be Nix specific. Yeah, they're not like print all spells. I like this. Okay, and then we just copy our fix up dependency on interpreter. So this source is the source from inside the make derivation function. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the comment is I copied it from another
I see.
script. So that's we'll see that soon.
Okay. So okay, and then we just chmod it so it's executable. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wrong way.
You can actually see that, like I did that specifically, make that thing executable.
It doesn't do that by itself.
No.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I guess this source right there is that $ source. Excuse me. It looks like I can't possibly be on a different version than you, right? Like I just realized that there's like a spelling mistake that is not here, but I thought was here. Maybe I saw that somewhere else. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Let me go back to this README, and we'll go back to where I was. Okay. So we got more exercises. Rename the build to something witty or snarky. I'm neither witty nor snarky, so I'll have to do my best. Rename the build. Rename the build. This build? Is that what you mean? The build.
I guess the name.
Okay. This name.
Yeah.
All right. We could probably get syntax highlighting, but I'm not going to do that right now. All right. So that's, I guess, renaming the build. So I would do. Can I do Nix build dot? Looks like it.
Holy.
And then there should be a result in here, which I can run. I mean, it's not going to do anything different because I didn't change the program, but I could change the program and I guess rebuild it, and it should do. Well, is it gonna? It's gonna make something new, right? Because I've changed the program, and the hash will change. Is that correct?
Yeah, because the hash, I think it should have changed. If you check out the differences between the two results, it should change because we changed the name, so it changes everything. The derivation changes.
Yep. Yeah, you can see the difference here. So if I change the program, I guess in theory this should change another time.
Yeah.
I just want to test that because that's the kind of person I am. Let's move the result to result. If I could type, and then we will Nix build dot. Yeah, look at that. That's clearly a different one as well. Okay. And just to prove it, I suppose I can just do the following, and you can see that the hashes are in fact different. So they're both the Hello Jappy build. That's the right terminology, right? But they're different because I've changed the program that's contained in both of them. Yeah.
Like the import of build changes, so the output path changes.
Interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. If I rerun it, what's the right way to say this? So is this symlink going to like would it have backed up this symlink, or would it just have replaced the symlink?
I think it replaces it because the symlink is more a convenience kind of thing. All the programs will just keep on existing in the store forever.
Okay.
Until
so
you
it's
garbage collect.
I see.
So, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's, yeah. I don't think that's like that doesn't break anything really. It's like if this changes, that's probably fine because it should be consistent with what's in the directory at that current time, assuming you run Nix build again, right?
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, on my previous company I worked for, they made like an incrementing number every time you do a build. But I don't even do that for my own projects because I'm like, I can find them back. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. So Lumi, hey Lumi, he says there's a history of past states of your Nix environment as well. So like I guess we can go into the past and, like you said, like cherry pick certain versions of it if we wanted to.
I think he's talking about the Nix OS thing. We're not even there yet.
Oh, okay.
Like,
anyway, so make the print a better message than hello world. Oh, we did that. I sort of just preemptively did that because I wanted to know. He says, I thought it was in user profiles as well, not just for Nix OS, but I may be mistaken. Do you have any comment on that?
like, I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay, so let's do this one. So put the source code into a subdirectory, modify the builder to handle that. Okay, I think I can do that. So make dir source move program source vim builder if I could spell. I assume that this is probably right. Are we like this is executed inside of our current like location, right? The builder.
Yeah.
So I think this is right. Only one way to know.
Maybe not.
Uh-oh. Oh, I think there's a better way. And that better way is to just change this. And not change this. Although, it seems weird to me that we can't do that in here. But maybe my intuition that this $source means what I think it means is not correct.
Yeah, the $source gets set in the thing you were just now.
Okay.
In the default.nix. So you could actually do it from there as well if you go to default.nix.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I changed it in here. But what I was expecting to happen is if I did this and then this.
But if you make source just point at the current directory, you can do you can get the CP, like you can get the subdirectory behind the source, if you know what I mean.
So, no, I don't know what you mean. I don't think. So this, okay, maybe here's a better way to say this. This source, when it's resolved here, it's the full path, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
You can also point it to the folder, which is like the current directory.
Oh, sure. Is there like a $sign for that or not really? It's just here, right? Because I could just do this, I guess, but that's not really. That's not really
in the default.nix. You can point it to the current directory, the source.
Yeah.
And then,
but then I don't have to change this, right? Like if I just do this, this will work. I think.
Like the point I try to make with this is that you could set that source to a directory. That on line 4 of default.nix, you can set that to whatever directory you want. And then you can copy it out. Just
do this. That's what you're asking, or that's what you're trying to get me to write. I got you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So like if you had, okay, I see where we're going with this. So like if I had multiple source files, I wouldn't want source to point to like the source file that is in that directory. I want the source to point to the directory that contains whatever source code I may be working with. And then that way, this way I'm just, copying it or compiling it or whatever it may be. Okay,
yeah, so
I see where you're going with this.
Build the thing.
Yeah. I see where we're going with this. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm kind of dumb sometimes.
No, it's like I think I just asked it a bit weird.
Well, yeah, I think that's one thing where I'm gonna have to work on is like we'll just sit down and maybe code review and just go back and forth a little bit once we do this. But like I don't know how you do that preemptively, right? Like in the only way we're gonna be able to figure out what is like wrong or tricky to figure out is by just working on it together. So I think it's good this way, or at least I'm enjoying this so far. So
yeah, it's good.
Okay, neat. So next thing, pin this build. How do I pin it? Oh, I'm supposed to read your. Okay.
No, I was thinking like I can explain it on the way.
Oh, we can do that too. But this does explain pinning, right?
Yeah, it does.
So like the reason I'm asking that is if someone just came across this and they were like, oh, I want to do this. If they didn't, as long as this will explain what pinning is, then we can just use this. But maybe we should explain pinning in the README as well.
Yeah. So actually, what I usually do is just copy over whatever I like. That basically that block over there.
Mm-hmm. This first one.
Where pin.nix looks like.
This one.
No, the other one. That one. Yeah.
Give me this let. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna make a pin.nix.
So what you're actually doing is you're taking the system packages, and then the system packages has a function fetch from GitHub.
Mm-hmm.
And you're calling that function to get like a specific revision of Nix packages. So you always use like, and after that you just kind of forget about host packages completely, and you will just use the pin stuff. So
okay, like, so this is like, I'm gonna go get the sort of Nix stable, or in this case unstable, I guess, version of all the packages that it maintains. That way, when I build this, it's going to be reproducible for everyone.
Yes.
I get it. Okay.
Actually, this one is stable. I just had the wrong comment.
Oh, that's okay.
I should change it in the blog post.
I get it. Well, maybe at the time it was unstable when you wrote it, right?
No, like the issue is I keep on copying it, so I forget about it completely.
Okay, so I don't need to. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this alone, and I'm going to go change the default.nix to pinned packages. I'm guessing. Well, maybe you'll tell us.
I'm sorry.
Hi. Okay. So.
Can you repeat that?
I think. Oh. So I think that what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to change my default.nix to grab from pinned packages instead of Nix packages. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Default Nix, and instead of this, I'm gonna write. I already forgot what it was because I'm not super used to this yet. I'm sure it will make more sense at some point. So this is going to be like pinned packages is my guess.
Oh.
Is that not correct?
It's not going to work, no.
No, okay.
So that like diamond thing, like those tags. Those try to find that from your that means it like tries to find it from Nix path, I believe.
Okay. So this doesn't change.
Package
Nix, I think it was Nix packages. So then it's got to go here, but somehow, or am I like thinking about this incorrectly? I should just read your blog post, right? I'm just trying to guess.
I don't think I'm actually explaining it. I'm just telling it how to do it for Nix ops in specific. Oh, there it is.
This bit. So I just need to add this thing to the top.
Yeah, like you can copy over that pin.nix and then use that for packages.
Okay.
And you're done.
So I put this here, and do I get rid of this?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, so that's why. Like, because he's looking at the Twitch screen, so there's just a little bit of a delay, just for reference. So something like this is what these are really going to look like.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's see what happens.
Did you copy over that pin.nix as well in this?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I probably did something wrong though.
Let's look at pin.nix.
Here, I'll put them both up.
Yeah. Oh right, it's you can import it without the what do you call them, the
curly brace.
Yeah. Curly braces.
So I just write this.
Yeah, because it's not a function how I wrote it. Oh, I should also fix that in the blog post. Should fix a lot of things.
Well, we're finding little bugs. Okay, so something like this we think will work. I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, you got it. Okay, so right now we're downloading basically what's considered Nix stable of a certain version, 15 whatever it was. And then now this build I could ship to other people and they would get the exact same hash, right?
Yeah, it would always work as long as GitHub is online, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Neat. All right. We pinned it. I think we do need to, or I think it would be nice to beef this section up a little bit because that wasn't clear to me, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Show the derivation of this build.
Did I explain it at all?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So I don't think I've talked at all about derivations yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing we're actually building with Nix is not like the thing the Nix language does is describing derivations, which are like a recipe for building stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like in Nix itself, there's a command to basically show derivation.
I see. So we should go here and write Nix show derivation. Nix.
No, it's in the REPL. So it's Nix space show derivation.
Oh, one word or capital D?
I think it's with a dash in between.
Okay.
You could also try like
we can
help maybe.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, it's just a dash. And of a store derivation. This probably shows all of them, right?
So yeah, this is how Nix works. You get all the you predefine an output path and it's calculated by the inputs.
Okay, so I should do like dot. Oh wait, no.
You had it just now.
Oh, sorry, I meant this. So I guess my question is, where are the other hellos? Because I see this one. Are the other hellos not here? Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
You can list them in the Nix store if you want to find them again. So you can just do ls Nix store and then grab hello Yappy, and then you'll find them all.
Where's Nix store? Something like this. Okay, so here are the other ones. Can I?
And now you can show the derivations of those as well. Like,
do I just copy them and?
Yeah.
Like Nix show derivation. This thing. This takes some argument that I don't remember.
Oh, no. You need to prepend the path, the /nix/store to the.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's got to be the full thing. So Nix store that. Ah, okay. I misunderstood.
So like, it's important to be able to do this if you want to debug stuff, basically.
Okay. So you need to know like where all of these pieces and builders and source and stuff are.
Yeah. Like, and you can just get these files, right? You can get that builder, for example, or you can figure out what these things are.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
it's all just files.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Neat. Derivations. All right. So yeah, these two things I guess we're gonna work on a little bit. Okay. So the entire system revolves around managing dependencies. So let's do that. And here I made a second derivation to build. You specify dependencies with help of Nix packages. Okay, so let's go in there and look around. Okay, basic dependency. We got program, and we got this is the shell you were talking about. How do you pronounce this?
I have no idea. Exxon shell? I don't know.
Exxon shell. Okay, I'll go with Exxon shell. So we should be able to, let's look at this program. Okay, so this is literally a Exxon shell program. I've never even heard of this shell before. But we get ls, okay. I mean, I can mostly read what this is.
Well, you know, it's Python plus bash, so.
Is that what it is? Really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I guess it does kind of look like Python. Weird.
I know, right?
Okay. Anyway, so we're going to build this now, I guess, and it's gonna take some sort of dependency, like it's gonna take some input, yes or no, and then it's going to completely ignore it, and then print 6 for eternity. I guess.
Yes.
This is an interesting
Exactly.
program. I like this program. All right, let's look at this builder real quick. I like how I have source or highlighting for that, but not for anything else. I guess just because it has a .sh ending. It's just trying to figure it out. All right, so this is weird. A little weird, I guess. Let me look at this real quick.
Nothing wrong here. just never mind it. Just these ordinary things.
So we're okay. So you're basically replacing the top with the absolute path to Exxon shell. I'm guessing.
Yeah, we need to like replace it with the Xon shell from Nix packages. So
Okay.
we're actually using the thing from Nix store instead of trying to use the system one.
Okay.
Because /bin/Xon shell will never exist on the Nix OS system at all. So you do this stuff to fix up scripts.
I see. So let me look at the. So yeah, it's just replacing this with the absolute path. So what if you just do env Exxon shell? It won't find it either.
I don't know, maybe. I think there should be a better way to do this, but
we can try it. But I like what is it's just env, right? I think it's just env, and then you write Exxon sh, and it tries to figure out which one's attached to which. But it may try to use the system one. We can try it, but let's just do it this way first. So Nix build dot.
Because like for this specific thing I encountered during trying to get that wire, what is it called? Wire cutter to work or something? No, it's a jump cutter, right? That program, and it was like an existing Python program. So for normal systems, they would use /bin/ whatever solution. But like for the Nix systems, they would need to actually replace it.
Yeah.
So they did it like that.
All right, and then we should be able to just run this result, and it's gonna say, wait, why? Oh, there was an ls in there. I was like, why is it printing this? So I'm not going to continue, but it's going to just ignore that and then print 6 to eternity. So I'm just gonna close that. So yeah, okay. I want to try that because I think that's actually. I'm curious now. Like, does this actually work? So what is it? Oops. User bin env Exxon shell, something like this. Anyway, and then we should just be able to comment that and copy source to out, if I could spell, and then we'll make it executable and see if it still works. If it fails, then it fails. No big deal. But I'm curious.
Yeah, sure. I think this will use the system environment though, because you.
Yep. It doesn't understand that, which is not surprising because like there's no way to put it into, like, I think env, it has to be in the path somehow, and it's not in the path. So yeah, no way to do this.
What you could try is maybe have no absolute path and just do Xon shell. Maybe that works. Like it would figure it out. Because I know for a fact that Nix can override environment things.
Let's see. The beauty of this is you can just build a bunch of different versions and try it real quick, which is actually super convenient.
Yeah, no compilation time. So
yeah. Oh well. I mean, it's worth a shot. So I guess maybe an easier way to do this is just to leave like Exxon shell like this, and then that way you don't have to like match bin. Would it? Yeah. So we don't need this. What is this for though? Oh no, never mind. I see it. I'm sorry. This is the separator slash. For some reason, I was thinking that this was like a path slash, but it can't be a path slash because you would need to escape it. Ignore me. All right. So anyway, I think that would work. Nix build dot.
Yeah, that set expression it took also a while to write.
What?
Oh, you need to have a slash in front of it as well.
Oh. There needs to be a slash here, right?
Yeah.
I think that's it. Dot. Oops.
Maybe actually 2.
Yeah, I think that's right. I'm just going to Control C out of this because we know what it already does. But anyway, so I don't know if that actually increases the readability at all, because this would not work on a system that did contain. Oh no, it should. Like if I just installed X on shell, then it should still work. But it's kind of clunky, I suppose. I suppose you could leave user bin env and then X on shell, and then just replace user bin env with an actual path. That would work as well. I don't know what's the like Nix correct or Nix proper way to do this, but anyway.
I think there's like a formalized process called fix-up phase where they basically solve environment issues like this.
Like for you, or like more automatic anyway. Okay.
In Nix packages, yeah. But like the good thing about this is like it's reasonably stable usually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the reproducibility property. So once you fix up something, it's fixed up for everyone.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna replace this weird X on shell with actual Python. So that's kind of fun. All right, so we're gonna go look at the Python section, and
I just more to.
I gotta read a little bit. So several versions available. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, Nix. Can be better than that. That should not be the default version of Python ever. I'll get off my soapbox. Sorry.
The Python counter is almost over.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we're like less than a month away for this to go away. But anyway, Python 35 refers to Python 3.5. PyPy refers to default PyPy. Fine. So we need to probably read how to install this thing. We're gonna write Nixends. Nix OS explains how packages are generally installed. In the case of Python and Nix, it's important to make a distinction between whether the package is considered an application or a library. We're gonna have an application, I suppose. We don't want to read the Nix OS stuff, right? Because that's not gonna help us.
Yeah. I think you can just copy over the thing.
Yeah, so we're gonna just take this line, I think, and we're
so here you.
What's up?
Here you can replace pip with Nix if you want.
Oh yeah.
Those are just like Python dependencies.
So we're gonna need both of these. We're gonna change this from Python. I don't know how. It's probably labeled 3, right? I'm gonna guess.
I'm not sure.
We're gonna find out, one way or another. And yeah, that's actually proper Python code. Let's delete this while true, because I just want to print something. We'll replace this probably with 3 or 3.5 or something. I suppose I can fix that later. Bin Python 3 likely.
Right, so that name, that Python 3 name, is actually defined by your default.nix.
Yeah, I just have to define it that way, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna probably go, whoops, here. And I probably need like a let binding to make this happen.
I could do that.
Oh no, I don't need that. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. What I want to do is just write Python 3 equals this thing, right?
Yeah, that's the most.
Put it in the wrong place. And we don't need numpy or tool z. I don't know what ps means in this case.
Yeah, that's like Python. That's like what they're doing is they're pulling in PS in like the scope. Mm-hmm. So Nix language can actually like the PS is a dictionary with like all the Python packages, and that with keyword that merges the entire scope into the scope above.
Okay, so it's like we're basically giving like if we don't do this, then we have to write something more specific in these braces or something like that.
Yeah, so it will be ps.numpy, for example.
I see.
If you don't do with.
The with just makes it so I don't have to write PS. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I think that this is maybe right. The only question is like, how is Python end up being installed? It's either going to be Python or Python 3. We'll find out. It depends how the naming scheme works because it changes on every OS.
No, it is Python 3.5, right?
But
It's
like,
right there.
does this mean that that's going to be the executable when we're done? Like, I know it's going to be Python 3.5, but so like on this system, for example, well, actually, this is a bad example because I've changed my default. But the default on Ubuntu systems is still that Python means Python 2 and Python 3 means Python 3. Like literally Python 3, like so. So I've just swapped the default such that it's always Python 3. That's all. So,
right. So in this case, we're actually pulling out that thing from the Nix store. So we're being explicit about what version we're using.
yeah.
There's no default going on, right? We're fixing that up with that set thing.
Yeah. So, I just don't know if the end executable is going to be named Python or Python 3. That's the part I'm not 100% sure on. But we're going to find out here very, very shortly. So let's just give this a shot.
Yeah, I think we're in for some debugging.
Oh, we're in for some debugging. Undefined variable. Okay. Default Nix. Undefined variable. Python 35. So somehow I need to like bring that in.
Yeah, they're having not a with keyword if you look closely to that example you highlighted.
They have another with keyword. Oh, yeah. So this is different than this. So do I just need to replace this? Yeah, and there's a col in there as well.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, the with keyword pulls in all the things that's inside the thing you're calling into scope.
Mm-hmm.
Like the entire dictionary just becomes into scope.
Oh, so like I can't get 35 because I have this whatever this thing is. I need to write with this. Wait, no, probably not a colon either, right? I'm gonna separate.
Yeah, you could
these.
do this as well. Like the thing I was getting at is that you could prepend Python 35 also with packages if you want to be explicit about it. I don't really like the with keyword. It's kind of confusing sometimes.
And does that go in here, or do I? Oh, I see what you're saying. I would write packages dot. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I get it. I think I get it anyway.
But like the thing with the with keyword is like people are actually using it a lot, so you need to know about it.
Okay.
Like you need to know what it does.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe what we'll do is we'll do it this way and then switch to the other way, just to see how it works.
That's a good idea.
All right. So I see. Yeah. See how this says like Python 3 dash? That's why I'm thinking it might be titled Python 3. We'll see. I mean, it's either going to work or it's not. So
you could just explore that, right? If you want.
Oh yeah, we can just ls this thing, right? There it is. Okay, so we get both, and they're both just probably symlinks to Python 3, is my guess. So yeah, so Python there, and wait, where's the other one? Oh, there it is. And it just points to Python 3. Okay, so it doesn't actually matter in this case. It just makes both of them for you, which is actually quite convenient. Like if I was building a operating system, that's how I would do it nowadays.
Yeah, but like the point they're making is that you're gonna manage the version anyway with Nix, so why not just point everything to the same version?
Yeah. All right. So then we should be able to run the program, which is here. Oh, except I I can't run ls anymore. I would have to I could do this. We could write from glob import glob. I think we just would write star, I guess. There you go. There's ls.
It's
We got our ls back. Nice. We don't want to continue, but it's going to print 6 anyway. Okay. So there we go. So the next thing is, let's do the with thing. See if we can figure that out. So what I'm going to do is replace this with and just get rid of that. I'm going to put the space there because I like it. And then in theory, I can just write this, I think. And also just for, I guess, just saying it, this is unnecessary in this case, right? Because I'm not actually getting any Python packages.
Yeah.
I could just have
an empty list.
Yeah. I'll leave it there just for like later if I look at this. But then we should be able to nix build dot and then wait, nothing changed? Oh, I guess nothing did change, right? I've only changed my derivation, so it doesn't need to, or I've only changed my default nix, and that's not actually part of the end result, right? Only the source and the program and etc. is part of the end result, so nothing has actually changed here.
What I'm curious about is that it still could do the packages. Like you could still reference things by packages.
Wait.
If you go to the default.nix, the derivation is pulled in like that. Packages does set as to the end. Like, I don't know what's going on with that.
So I can even remove this, you're saying? Like I should just be able to do this. Oh, neat.
That's what I thought.
Well, let's find out.
It's both okay.
Yeah. So it even with the with, it still keeps the I don't know what the right term is, but like the ability to use the scope, right? Like what's the right term for that? The parent or something? The parent scope maybe, which is packages or something.
In this case, I think they just defined packages in the scope below it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you don't know the name, right? You can't just do that. You can't figure out that name.
Packages. Right? Because
packages is so standard that maybe they did that.
Yeah. Because you before we had it as like a question, packages question mark whatever, and that was why I guess that makes you it makes me think that the name packages was tied to that, but I didn't even realize that there was still packages on this line 3. So that's kind of interesting.
I was expecting an error. I thought like, what's going on?
Yeah, it must be. It must be smarter than we think it is, I guess. In this case. Okay, cool. So yeah, we built a little Python tool. There's probably more questions here. At least I think there was. Modify build script. Oh yeah, we just did this. Oh wait, not do shell inline. What does this mean?
Do not do shell in. Oh right, I probably mean that ls.
Oh, the ls. Okay, yeah. The shell, like ls. Yeah, I got it.
You already done it.
Yeah. I'm preemptively expecting your questions. Maybe I'm not a good student sometimes. I like to start exploring immediately. Okay.
Oh, creativity in student is good, right?
So try to add a dependency. We'll use requests. I like requests better than beautiful soup personally. But I don't do a lot of web scraping, so I should be very clear that I have nothing against beautiful soup. So
like there are different libraries, right? Request is just for requests and beautiful soup is just for scraping.
I mean, either way, we can. I mean, it's really easy to add both of them, right? It's just like that's all you have to do. And I don't think there's no commas, right?
No commas, yeah. And like the other thing is, you track this with Git, right? These dependencies like this. So
yeah, it's really easy to keep them up to date and make sure they're right. Okay, so in theory, we should just be able to do that, and then this will result in a new build. Although, yeah, I mean, it's going to result in a new. Uh-oh. Did I spell beautiful incorrectly?
I always misspell that.
That's the right name, isn't it?
Maybe it's 2 L's.
Why is there 2 L's? Is it really 2 L's?
Or maybe it's with like capitalization or something. Who knows?
Okay, so what we need to do is, I guess, go here. How would I search the available packages?
That's kind of a pain in the ass to do, actually.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I asked it.
Well, I'm gonna have to swear jar you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm trying to not swear on the stream. Like I'm not like against swearing really, but I don't know who's potentially watching this, so I'll put money in the swear jar for you. Don't worry. Okay. So yeah, it's not very obvious to me how we go find if beautiful soup will work, or like what's the right name. Is there's got to be like Nix packages website, right? Search Nix
Yeah,
OS packages. All right.
it's the mono repo basically.
Beautiful soup. Oh, it's just beautiful soup 4.
Right.
Of course.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, I think they did make huge changes between 3 and 4, and there was a lot of people relying on the older version. So I'm actually not that surprised that that's there. Now that I think about it a little bit more, but anyway, let's see if that works.
Oh, there's a spell. Thank you.
Let's try it. Anyway, this is doing
I
what I
Googled
expected to do. It actually it looked like it's running tests as well, which is cool. I mean, this is probably scrolling way too fast on your screen, but I did see it in there.
I can read it at least.
Okay, well, as long as you can read it, I think it's fine. Yeah, here's some more tests.
Yeah, so actually, the thing I'm doing right is I'm compiling Haskell to JavaScript, and if I'm running a test from Haskell packages on Node.js, then they consistently tend to fail. So yeah, these tests are kind of frustrating to me sometimes.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't have installed both of these, but it's basically installing and testing all the dependencies for requests in Beautiful Soup, which is actually quite a few. So these are very popular packages in the Python world if you're not familiar.
I can't find that in the Nix end thing, at least.
But we'll try it. I suppose I don't have to wait. I can do this in another spell box since we're using the term spell. Nix. Wait, why don't I have Nixenv? Something. I thought. Okay.
Oh, you need to source again, I think.
Yeah, I need to move this thing from profile to RC, I guess.
Yeah, some operating systems don't respect that.
It's like whether or not you're opening a login shell or not, and it seems for whatever reason I don't remember which one's which either. I always forget. So let's do that.
I think like Emacs complains about it as well, that they're doing it wrong. But
so Nixenv, I think that's 2 dashes. Beautiful.
a single dash, I think.
Just 1 dash. It's doing something. Still testing over there.
So yeah, in Haskell we got compilation times, and in Python we got testing times.
Yeah, apparently. It says there is a inheritance hierarchy, I think, so you'd need to restart to reload the other one. In other words, it would apply the whole session process, which then spawns the sub process. Oh, okay. I was like, what? What does this have to do with Nix? Yeah. No, that makes more sense. So, like, I think that when I was on Arch Linux, everything, I used to just put everything in profile, but it's actually very clear to me that now that I'm looking at this a second time, like I'm clearly not putting anything in bash profile and everything in bash RC. So it might be just like the way this particular operating system deals with RC and profile. Anyway, I don't really know how to search with this thing. Like it seems to not do anything when I write nixenv QA beautiful. Do you have a more specific example, Lumi? I guess we could Google this as well. Okay, let's Google it. Search packages with Nix. I should write probably Nixenv.
I've never. Oh, okay.
Oh, I gotta have okay. So something dot, and I probably also want to star afterwards, right? Oh, thank you. Lumi, always hitting hard with the good information.
Regex error. No. I flipped it. So actually, what's interesting is that Nix env query will match the like the current system you're using as environment, I guess. But like what you want to do is search your pinned repository. Maybe there's also a way of doing that.
Yeah, I'm getting a regex error as well. Did you end up getting it to work? He says there's some examples if I scroll down a bit, so I just need to do that. Keep going, I guess.
I used 2 quotes, like double quotes.
Yeah, so did I.
And then like putting the dot star into parentheses as well. Oh no, it's beautiful Super 4, right?
Yeah. If I write, yeah, maybe if I write like, maybe this will work. But I was getting regex error. But maybe I need single quotes. Oh, I have the star and dot backwards. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to flip.
I just realized that.
Maybe you can do double.
Oh, Lumi has them in. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that works. So it's like. So what's. I guess I'm confused. Like, what is this? What is dot? Oh, anything followed by Beautiful Soup 4. But then there's like trailing stuff, so I'm a little confused about that. Although I guess it's probably
that's
just
the version stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably just ignoring that. If I put a star at the end of this, I imagine it will match the same stuff, right? I guess it has to be a dot star though, doesn't it? Oh no, it still works.
Oh, I know what you can do. You could use that blog post I wrote to enter a shell with your Nix packages, and then you can use the environment. I get it.
Oh, okay. So if we just did, Lumi pointed out something important as well. So like we could just do Nix and QA grep. Like it's apparently just doing something a little silly. Although I suppose that this is querying hopefully more sanely than that. Although I understand what's going on here now. Okay, cool. So that's how we would find it, and then we could just write it. It's good to know that we have Python 3.8 as well. We are not done testing, by the way. So.
Yeah, which one is this?
We are on PyTest.
You could disable tests if you want. You know.
Well, we could probably just cancel out of this and like pick. Go away, kitty. You can't come on.
Move on.
Yeah, or move on. Let's pick something like really tiny. And then that way it will work. I assume that docopt is available, and that's my favorite Python package, so we'll do that one.
Doctop.
Could you get down? Thank you, kitty.
Let's docopt.
So docopt is this really cool thing where you basically write like human readable text, and it parses that to build your argument parser. So like you write your help screen instead of writing like a command line parser. It's actually really sweet. I won't show you an example, but I can show you, or I can send you somewhere afterwards, I suppose. I actually really like doing it that way because I like the human readable nature of like it's parsing human text to make a command line parser. I've always enjoyed that.
Never seen that.
I just realized Moobot hasn't triggered at all yet either. Anyway, okay, cool. So let's move on.
I need to drink.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. My cat's being bad again. Okay, so we've covered the basics. Now let's do something real. For normal non-GHC.js Haskell projects, I'd recommend got a Haskell template. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever I start a new project, I just clone that repo and push it into a different GitHub repo, effectively forking it. Cabal to Nix will generate a default Nix file, which will put in all Haskell dependencies. We can then override that default with additional dependencies like this. Okay, so these are non-Haskell dependencies, like FFmpeg, for example. They're just like, okay.
Python stuff as well, I think.
So clone repo can do. Well, I'm not going to be able to do it via. So we'll go. I'm just going to clone it here.
This is like using Nix with Haskell specifically.
Okay, so we have a Haskell template project. Cut the crap. I like it. I just noticed the name of it. Clone template repo. Add lens as a dependency.
Okay. Yes, we need that.
Yeah, always lenses with you. So I gotta do this, and it's gonna be in shell.nix, and then we have ghcid cabal install, and I guess packages. Wait, but this is a Haskell package, right? I guess it still goes here, but I don't know what it's supposed to look like, so I guess I should do nix env qa dot star lens dot star.
Like, I think this is the specific way I do this, and like I just basically use hpack to generate these dependencies for me, these Haskell dependencies for me.
Oh, but these are not Haskell lens. So we should just use cabal to nix is the idea.
There's like a package.yaml file.
Yeah, and then
you can just.
Is it just lens? I've actually never used lens.
Just lens.
But then, okay, I see. So like, I don't need to add this as a dependency to the Nix project because it's a dependency of cabal. So.
And then
so it will just pull in a dependency. I'm thinking way too Nixy right now. I can just be Haskell-y right now.
Yeah. So and then there's like a make file command in there as well in the project that does like generate from the hpack. It generates cabal, and then Nix will interpret the cabal to basically figure out what to pull in.
So this is the what's hpack? I've actually never used hpack.
So that's the thing that reads package.yaml.
Okay. So it reads package.yaml to update the cabal file, and then you change the cabal file to the Nix file, and then you build the Nix environment or derivation or whatever.
The default that Nix is used to figure out what we actually need to pull in.
Yeah.
With Nix.
Okay, so now I should be able. Okay, so I think we did this, or the first part anyway. Now add lens from GitHub as a dependency.
Yeah, so we can actually override these things. The package.yaml will use the one that is in Nix packages, but we can use a better one if we want to.
Okay, so I need to go find Haskell lens GitHub, if I could spell. Obviously, an edmat package. Or comet. I still don't know what the correct way to pronounce that is.
Edward comet?
Yeah, is it K, like a hard K? I truthfully don't know. I've never heard. I've heard both. Anyway, okay. So we now have a. I don't know where I'm going from here.
So you have the URL from his lens package, and then you can create. You can use cabal to Nix to generate an expression for you.
Okay.
With that URL.
So, is there to generate an expression for you? How do I get cabal to Nix? I guess I need to enter Nix shell because this has cabal to Nix in it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I know that this exists. I've seen people do it, so.
I mean, you also have Nix on your system, so you could use Nix to install it as well.
Yeah. Does this require some dot or?
No, this just takes a while because it needs to.
Okay. I was like, this seems like it's not printing anything and doing nothing, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it can be slow with Haskell stuff because it pulls in a lot as well.
Yeah, I also don't have like a true SSD in this machine, so writing to disk is a little slower. It's just a cached one, a cache spinning disk, if that's not clear.
Right. Um,
Oh boy.
yeah, it may
So
take a long while.
yeah, so if I look up like Cabal to Nix, I'm guessing somehow it takes the URL and it makes
Yeah.
some sort of like Nix file, and then I'm going to neat. Then I'm just going to copy and paste this into my derivation, more or less, into my default.nix file,
Mm, oh, I would make another file for that and then import it.
and then import it. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a function that makes this work in Haskell packages. I think there's like a lib function call package. Yeah, this may take a while, so maybe you can just install it instead.
Okay. So I would do. Maybe it would just be faster if I installed it this way, just so
I guess you
we're
can do that. Yeah.
just so we're moving along. Although ideally, oh, okay. Is there a
Nix and
dash
and then
I or something?
yeah, this I and then capital to Nix. There's also an A, capital A. I don't know what it does.
Oh, I can probably stack install this as well, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Whatever. I don't know. I don't have stack working.
Oh, okay. I'm now curious if I can. So
Wasn't stack install discouraged?
I have no idea. I'm just curious if I can.
Okay, yeah, this will be
So, but
slower.
does that give me? Okay, it gives me this here, but let's close this because I want to make 2 copies of it now. So I'm gonna write Cabal to Nix and then this. Okay,
Yeah, try it.
and then I can just move that to like lens.nix or something,
Yeah.
and we'll just look at lens.nix. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I
don't
see
look
why
at
you're
it.
saying I see why you're saying import it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, and
This thing
then
also will like update whenever you want to update, So
I don't really
like
need. Okay, so in here I need to do something like,
oh right, we first need to run HPAC thing, I guess.
oh, so make update Cabal. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I think it was like this. Oh, I also
It
need
probably
H.
asks for HPAC, yeah. It's unfortunate the shell doesn't go that fast.
I've never actually used Cabal for a project, so this is kind of new to me. So it's gonna take me just a second.
The point is we are entirely bypassing Cabal as like a tool.
Um.
It's Haskell packages.hpack, I think.
Okay. Haskell
like
packages.
with a capital P, I think.
I guessed that.
With A C K P A C K, I think. And then like you need to add the
Sorry, say that.
vowels there. You need to add the vowels to packages.
Oh, it's actually.
It's inconsistent, yeah.
Got it. I assumed it was going to be short, but
No.
it would be nice.
I don't have consistency.
Okay, so maybe we should do -QA dot star hpack dot star.
Face.
And wait. Uh-oh. Wait, is hpack actually a Python thing or no?
Wait, is it? No.
Okay, we're gonna have to do some Googling. Hpack Haskell Nix.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's like Haskell packages.hpack. Right? Oh, here, I can make this a little bigger. I see you leaning in there. I don't understand. Excuse me. Haskell packages .hpack. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, I see. Like they're doing this now. Like it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So this allows you to override the Nix packages as well, and then you also still put it into scope. But I'm not sure.
Try harder. Oh, maybe I can. I'll just stack install it.
Okay.
For now,
it's actually it says on the thing I always use is like a Nix OS package search, and then it's also saying Haskell packages.hpack. So I don't know what's going on.
It is what it is. We just have to compile a few things. No problem.
Oh no, it's gonna take a while as well.
Yeah, there's only 2 things to compile, so I don't think it's going to be that bad. Okay. It's not like Servant where it takes like an hour, but it's not really an hour. I'm exaggerating.
Try Reflex.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway, I think we're getting there.
It's rebellious.
Okay, so now we should.
Oh, it says nixos.haskellpackages.hpack. Maybe that's the thing you needed to do.
We can try it.
It seems like it's like considering something.
Yeah, no, it's not happy. Oh well. Make update cabal.
Maybe that's what it says. I don't know what the A does.
Found package YAML. Okay, so now we have a default .nix to play with. Or am I supposed to be updating? Okay. So now I edit this? Or wait, I'm not supposed to edit this?
No, this is also generated.
Yeah, so what do I need to edit? Shell?
I think, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going, or pin.
No.
Probably this.
What is W tools? Right, this is like the shell, right? So if you actually want to build this thing, you just would do W tools without an end thing. Then you get like a Nix expression out of it. And if you do W tools env, you get the shell environment.
Okay.
So that's like the packages override cabal stuff there.
So this is where I want to add the lens dependency, right?
If you look at original build, I guess, there's that call packaging. And it also has the curly braces.
Oh, I'm sorry. In here, orig build, call package, default Nix.
Yeah, and then like in the curly braces, we have an opportunity to override things.
Okay, so we're gonna override lens with our import or something.
Yeah, for example.
So, do I just? Sorry, I don't really have the context of what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just kind of guessing.
Right. So we need to like override the specific variable.
And
so you could, for example, also open up default.nix and look how the arguments are called.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I just need to write like literally maybe lens question mark like that?
Maybe lens equals.
Oh, what's the difference between the question mark and the equals?
Like question mark is to give default arguments to functions.
Okay.
But in this case, we're not like defining a function. We're actually like calling a function.
I see. And actually, I think that this is probably supposed to go there. Something like this?
Without the curly braces, I think. Yeah.
Without these curly braces.
The middle ones, or like you can delete either, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, effectively the same thing.
Yeah. So and now we're still. So if you open up the lens.nix thing. You'll see all these arguments, and what happens actually in the shell.nix is that these like default arguments get filled by that Cabal call package function in the shell.nix. So you have that call package function, right? And
Yep.
this will use like Nix packages default things to fill in all those arguments.
And any of the lens dependencies will be replaced by the ones that are in here in the lens Nix.
Yeah, you still need to do it in the internal one as well.
What does the internal one mean?
You can just try this out and see what happens.
Okay.
I guess.
Sure. I'm into it. Nix build dot. Cannot auto call a function that has an argument. That doesn't help.
Right. So if you open up that shell again, you try to call that lens.nix, which is a function without any arguments at the moment.
What arguments does it take?
Oh, you open up the file lens.nix.
Oh,
you can see.
Did I miss that?
There are a few. It's not at all that many. All these arguments, yes. At the top of the file.
Wait, these arguments?
All these arguments, yes.
My goodness.
Yes, exactly.
So do I just copy all of these?
No, that's what I tried to tell, that the call package function will fill in these arguments from the environment for you.
Oh. So this import is supposed to be packages dot Haskell packages dot call package.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It still needs to have the braces because it returns a function, I think.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should work.
I think I'm getting. Maybe I understand. I'm not 100% sure yet. Nope. I feel very bad for people using this for node packages. 200 plus, yeah.
The point I'm making is that it's automated away by the Nix packages. Like they made functions to basically do this for you.
Mm-hmm.
And only if you want to do something special, you can still override. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Like in this case, we're trying to replace the lens with different one from GitHub. So like we're replacing it with another one, another version. And you can do this for any dependency you have.
Okay. But how do I mean, I guess I'm stuck because I don't really know what this error means.
Oh, which error?
It just says the same thing. Cannot auto call a function. Maybe I wrote that somewhere else in one of these Nix files. I don't really know.
Oh, maybe you need to Nix build shell.nix.
Nix.
Like we don't have a default here, so.
Oh, I see.
Then the issue is this takes a long time too.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea to wait for this.
Okay, well we can keep going. We can just say like I'll just double check that this actually works at some point. Like I'll just do it off stream and just make sure it works because we're actually approaching noon and we said we were gonna try and keep it under 2 hours. So let's see if we can finish.
An hour? Even?
What's that?
I think even an hour.
Yeah, I mean we did talk. We probably only talked for like 10 minutes at the beginning. So yeah, let's try and keep it to noon. So I'll try. Let's try and keep going. Yeah. Sometimes builds fail on tests. Being able to skip this dumb step can get you one step closer out of hell. All right.
Dumb step. Oh.
So how would I go about disabling tests? Is there maybe I should just Google that? Like disable tests, or am I supposed to update lens.nix? My guess is I'm going to have to update lens.nix.
Oh, it says so.
Oh, it does? On here?
Oh, I'm surprised you're actually finding results.
Oh.
There is a library for dealing with Cabal in specific, and the thing I've been doing is just use that library to disable specific parts.
Okay. What's the library called?
It's in Nix packages lib or something. Nix packages, and then Haskell lib, I think. It's pretty hard to find. Wait.
So Nix NQ.
It's this one. And I'm gonna like.
Yeah, I can see how people have trouble starting with this. So we
Yes.
I think we do need, like, I do think that this is useful, but I think we need to lower the barrier of entry for a little bit. Because, like, imagine if we weren't discussing this together, I don't think I would have gotten this far. Because this is a pretty high barrier of entry.
Like, I think, yeah, I would like to try and lower it.
Okay.
Sure. I just don't know what to do.
I can help you. I can help you with that for sure. I can help you with that. Okay, so what do I do with this? I guess I don't understand what I'm doing with this. Do I need to?
So this thing has a bunch of functions which you can use for the expression. You can just apply these functions to the expression.
Okay, and there's one in here about tests, I guess.
Yeah, so like it basically uses override Kabel everywhere, and then you also have, you know, the test stuff.
So I need to include this Nix package. Do I just like wget this?
You already have it. This is
I already have
Nix
it.
Nix is a monorepo, so you'll get all this stuff for free.
Okay. So I guess my question is, am I updating shell.nix, or am I going to update the lens.nix to say don't test lens? Probably shell.
Yeah, shell, because we don't want to touch the generated code. Like, that's generated code, and we want to, you know, not change it at all.
Okay. Then we probably want to go.
So for one thing, that call package function is also from that lib file.
Okay, I see. So I'm calling, like, I can just basically say, copy this with don't check or something, and then just say don't check. I'm guessing that I'm going to put something like this here. Dot don't check, and then this in parentheses.
No, in
or curly braces, not parentheses.
No, but you should put it in parentheses because it's a function call.
Oh.
Like, the way to do evaluation is with parentheses. That's like same as Lisp, and then the curly braces are to pass a dictionary, I guess.
So something like this.
Function calls. Yeah. So now you put that entire expression inside the other expression.
Okay, I think I have the path incorrect, right? Do I need Haskell? Oh no, it's Haskell lib. Although I don't know if this. I mean,
yeah, it is. I think.
Okay, so we think it's this. I mean, we can just see if it complains.
It doesn't match up. Yeah, it's really annoying. It doesn't match up on GitHub.
Nix.
I wish it would.
Build. Okay, yeah, this one's giving me another error. Oh, right. It's going to fail. We know that. I'm gonna have to test this later after we do. So Lumi says, to lower barrier of entry, just build an IDE that can interactively modify the Nix expressions, introspect all of the information. So, like, you know what we need?
just build an IDE.
No, like, we just need an LSP, right? Like, if you can just get a language server to do this, then all of this stuff would just be available in Vim or Emacs or whatever. I'm sure it's not trivial, yeah. But if you could make an LSP for Nix, then I think that would help quite a bit. But still, like, you'd have to do a ton of exploring, right? I think most of this is just like, I need to play with this more. But I don't find this terribly difficult. But, like, if I didn't have you coaching me, I don't think I would have figured this out with what we have. So I think we just need to, we can work together to fix that. Like, I know how to do that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we've disabled the tests. I still need to test this, and I'll do that off stream, but I think we have. Replace the reflection library where lens depends upon with the latest from GitHub.
Do you know about reflection, by the way?
No.
It allows us to override type classes of data.
Override. Oh, interesting. So reflection, Haskell, GitHub. So I'm going to do basically the same thing. Oops, wrong way. I'm going to write Cabal to Nix, this thing, to reflection.nix. And then I'm going to update shell.nix where I stick reflection into here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just gonna be like, give me basically this thing. Oh, that's not how I wanted to do it though.
Yeah, you could also disable the checks as well.
Sorry, I'm having trouble because I don't have formatting. It would be nice if I had it. Okay, so that's the don't check. Then this becomes reflection.nix, and I don't put anything inside these braces, so we'll do that and then stick a... Okay. Huh? Something like this.
Yeah, so like the idea, the thing I'm trying to show here is that you can basically override anything you want.
Yeah, we could do this like infinitely, I guess, because these, especially with these types of packages, because they have like lots and lots of dependencies.
And this kind of power is why people like Nix, because you can use, you know, specifically like override little parts that you don't like.
And if I wanted to like I can do specific commits probably and specific branches, right? Like if I wanted to do a different branch, I would do like a colon or something. How would I get a different branch?
You can modify the file. Look at the file.
Oh, right. I would just change the file. That would probably be a lot easier. Yeah. Because you have this information, so you can just change it.
Yeah, something to point out though is like that SHA thing. You should also modify that if you change the revision. Otherwise, it will keep on using the same thing.
Okay.
It's really annoying.
So which the SHA is the SHA of the whole, the source code, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have to clone the revision you are interested in and then take its SHA, I take it.
No, you just change the SHA for a bit and then wait for it to tell you it's wrong, and then you update it.
I see. Okay, it will just tell you. Like you could just get rid of the O in front or something and say, like, just do that and replace the revision. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, like no, you can't do that unfortunately either, because if you change the length of the SHA, it will say, "Oh, the SHA is clearly invalid."
Fine. Yeah, we'll put a 9 there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I got stuck on that for a long time, so that's why I'm telling you.
No, I think that makes sense. Make a proper release derivation that copies over the resulting binary. Well, we kind of have a problem here because I can't actually build anything right now. So I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to skip this for now. But what we're gonna do off stream is I'll work a little bit to try and add some of my comments to this README, and we'll try and like just add more information so that we can get to this, and then have a step where it just says like go get coffee because this is going to take a while, something like that.
Yes.
Oh, Lumi says Cabal to Nix has a revision option as well, so we can just change the revision from Cabal to Nix. That's really useful, actually. So
yeah,
I didn't even think about writing help here, but there's clearly a lot of help here. You can even do a hash as well. I don't see revision. Oh, it's right here. I'm just blind. Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So add Haskell IDE engine as a dependency for your shell. Every project should track its own development dependencies as well. So we have developers all working with the same tools. Nobody does this. That's funny. So actually, this brings up a good question. Is there a separation between like a release build and a developer build? Like if I wanted to say, look, if you just want to use the tool, you shouldn't have to install Haskell IDE engine to just use the tool. But like if you wanted to develop on the tool, do you just have two different Nix files?
Yes, like that's what the step before that was about, to make your default.nix, which is like the release one, and then you build your shell on top of that.
Okay.
Like as actual development stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think that's probably about it. I think we should stop because I did say I was going to try and limit it to 2 hours. So we're basically bumping right up against that. So thanks so much for doing this. This is really cool. I definitely learned some stuff. and that's exciting. I feel like I was taught something. So
Excellent.
hopefully we can
this is the first time for me as well, so
yeah, this is great. Hopefully we can clean this up just a little bit to clear up some of the like, wait, what did you want from me? Like the pinning, for example, and stuff like that. I'd just like to make sure that we have enough information. So
we'll have it on video, you know. So
yeah, I'll be able to watch it again and say, oh, we should add more information here. We should add more information there. And then, you know, people might watch us like, they might watch this video of us like talking about this, but at least they'll have all the information in, you know, the repository to like go work on the tutorial. So yeah, so everybody that's watching, thanks for hanging out. Make sure you go follow Jappy on Twitch. He streams more during the day because it's not like Eastern time day. You have to be careful because everyone's in different time zones. That's the beauty of Twitch. But you should follow Jappy as well. It's just Jappy. Here, I'll write it down. Jappy. I suppose you can follow me too, but I'd rather you follow Jappy. He does more interesting stuff than me anyway.
Chiroptical's a great guy. You guys should follow him.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We should try and see if anyone else is on to raid, because like we have a few viewers and it's actually during the day and I'm not like exhaustedly tired. So Soding's actually on, so we'll probably just go raid him.
Well, agreed.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, I probably didn't want to do that.
Thanks for having me,
either.
by the way.
Yeah, this was really, really fun. I really want to do this more. So I think once we get this into shape, I'm going to make a Reddit post about this. And then that way we can try and find more people who would be interested in doing this.
Yeah.
Like I would love to have people on to talk about libraries. And I said this at the beginning, but I'll say it again. Like I would also love that people just who are interested in Haskell, who want to teach something that they just learned, like functor. Like I just figured out functor. I've only been doing Haskell for a month. Like come on and tell me about it. Like let's work together to make a tutorial for other people to learn about Haskell. So I think it would be really fun. And I really enjoyed this. So anyway, we're gonna go raid Soding and say hi, and thank you so much for hanging out. Do you want to say something else? Sorry.
Yeah, like I think contravariant would be also a good candidate.
Yep, contravariant. I would like to talk about the continuation monad at some point. Maybe I'll teach someone else the continuation monad. Like maybe like that could be really fun.
Hey, you could come on my stream, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Teach me about contravariations.
Yeah, I think this could be a really fun little like idea. I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, so we'll figure it out as we go. But yeah. So we'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Raid. How long does this take? About 10 seconds. Okay, not very long.
Yeah. What do we shout by the raid, by the way?
I don't know.
War
Something.
cry.
We can war cry. Yeah, let's war cry. Okay, I think that worked. Did you get moved?
Yeah, I got moved.
Okay. Do I not automatically go to his chat, or do I have to like open that up separate? I guess I do.